Hello and welcome. Today we're going to answer the question, how do we define strepsirrhine? In the previous video, we learned about the classification of primates. In this video, we will talk about strepsirrhines. All right, so if you picture the primate family tree, there's this major split right at the very beginning. Every single primate on Earth belongs to one of two groups, the strepsirrhines, which we're focusing on now, and the haplorhines. Understanding this split is, well, it's fundamental to everything else. And this chart really lays it all out. A good way to think about it is that strepsirrhines are kind of like the classic version of primates. They've kept a lot of the original ancestral traits. Haplorhines, that's monkeys, apes, and us, are more like the newer models with more recent or derived traits. It's not about one being better than the other, just two very different evolutionary journeys. Okay, so now that we see where they fit in the grand scheme of things, let's zoom in a bit. We're going to get into the specific features that really set this group apart, the things that make you look at a primate and know for sure that it's a strepsirrhine. To do that, we need to understand this one key idea, plesiomorphies. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Basically, a plesiomorphy is a primitive trait that's been inherited from a really distant ancestor. You can think of it like an evolutionary hand-me-down. And strepsirrhines are just packed with these traits, which makes them a fantastic living window into our own deep mammalian past. And probably the most important of these hand-me-down traits is their heavy reliance on smell. You see, for us, vision is king, but for a strepsirrhine, the world is all about scent. It's so important that the part of their brain that processes smell, the olfactory bulb, is proportionally huge. This tells us that chemical communication is absolutely vital to their lives. And the piece of biological hardware that makes this super-sensitive smell possible is the rhinarium. It's that wet, complex nose you'd see on a dog or a cat. That moisture is key. It traps scent molecules from the air, which gives the brain a much richer, more detailed picture of the world. It's a pretty simple feature, but it gives them a massive sensory edge. They don't just use their noses to read the world. They use scent to write on it, too. Strepsirrhines have these special scent glands in different spots on their bodies. They use them to leave messages for other animals, marking their territory, advertising for a mate, you name it. It's all done through this incredible world of chemical signals. Now let's check out another one of these classic primitive traits, this time on their feet. If you look at your own fingers and toes, you see we have flat nails. That's a haplorhine thing. Strepsirrhines, on the other hand, have kept a single, sharp claw on the second toe of each foot. It's called a grooming claw, and it's another one of those dead giveaways that you're looking at a strepsirrhine. So, let's put some faces to these traits, and there's no better place to start than with the lemurs, the true poster children for the strepsirrhines. They were isolated on the island of Madagascar, and without many competitors, that one ancestral group just exploded into over 100 different species. It's a textbook example of what we call adaptive radiation. And of course, you probably recognize the most famous of all, the ring-tailed lemur. That tail is great for sending visual signals, sure, but make no mistake, they are absolute masters of scent communication. They even have something called stink fights, where rival males will rub their tails on their scent glands and then wave them at each other. And then, to show you just how incredibly diverse lemurs can be, there's the eye. This has got to be one of the most unique primates out there. It's nocturnal, and it has this incredibly long, thin, bony middle finger. It uses it to tap on wood, listening for insect grubs underneath, and then it digs them out. It's basically evolved into a mammalian woodpecker. Just amazing. Now, lemurs are amazing, but they're not the only strepsirrhines around. For the other major group, we have to travel over to the mainland forests of Africa and Asia. Here we meet the lorisids, the quiet, nocturnal side of the strepsirrhine family. What's really cool about the lorisids is that they've basically gone in two completely opposite directions for survival. On one hand, you have the bush babies, who are all about explosive speed. And on the other, you have the podos and lorises, who are masters of absolute stealth. So the bush babies, or galagos, live in Africa, and they are just incredible athletes of the night. Their whole strategy is to escape danger by making these unbelievably powerful and quick leaps between trees. It's a type of movement known as vertical clinging and leaping. And then you have the complete opposite. The podos in Africa and their cousins, the lorises in Asia, have perfected the art of being stealthy. They move with this very slow, very deliberate, and totally silent motion. Their goal isn't to outrun anything, it's to just not be seen in the first place. In the next video, we will learn about great apes. By the way, human beings are great apes.